Steve Evans, second best today.
Yeah, I think first half we were certainly second best. I don't recall we're second best in the second half, but we're second best in the first half. And if you don't do the basic art of defending and the basic art of tracking runners, you concede a goal. And I think when we go in at half time, we're disappointed with performance. You can see the reaction to the substitutions and the shape of the team that we made. But I think when we changed it, we're a lot better second half. We should certainly make it 1-1 before it goes 2-0. I feel sorry for young Toby because I think he's been outstanding in everything he's done today, and then makes a big error. But we're 4 into added, so it's tough for us to take. But we'll see if we can bounce back.
Did that first goal affect the side? Because after that they seemed to struggle.
Listen, it's a big mistake. We should just clear our lines, put it for a corner, and then deal with it. We don't clear our lines. We put it back into a dangerous area. Then one of us turns her back on the cross, and when you do that, the chances are you're going to concede. And this is a really good Stockport side. Tremendous support behind them. Bobby Madden's a fellow Scotsman. You'll never get a bottle of Scotch from me at Christmas. I think he had a poor game today from our perspective. But, that's just 50-50s and niggles how you feel. But it's actually nice to get away from a game where I don't think the referees had a major influence on us not winning the game. Because in the last 3 weeks they've been atrocious. But Bobby's not been atrocious. We just felt we didn't get a rub of it today. But we got good areas. Jordan Roberts should do better. Luke Norris should get a head on goal when it's a great cross in from Hogan when he puts it in. And I think at that stage there, you can see they've gone 6 across the back. They're more worried about us scoring than they are. But listen, we make a mistake and it's game over. But it's a couple of minutes from the end of added time.
I was just going to say, you made the 3 changes at half time. It did seem to have an effect, and you just couldn't break down their defence. So.
No, listen, they're a good side. You don't spend the budget that they spend here. Dave is, with all due respect, he's up there with the top end of them in this league, but I think everyone knows it. They've never hidden from it. And we don't say that's a guy's excuse. This is a Stockport side that came to Stevenage and dominated us for long spells, and we scored 2 late goals to win. So we understand that they're a good side. We understand how tough it is for us at the minute. We understand I'm looking at a huge imbalance of away games versus home games. If you had the cup, it's a lot of travelling. We're not tired, but we're in there tired now because they've just played. But we'll freshen it up and we'll be ready for another toughie next Saturday. They don't get any easier. 2 of the next 3's away. Then it changes.
We knew it was going to be a tough February, but 2 points from 12 is that a concern?
Well, is it a concern? Last Saturday we shouldn't lose the game. We got a tough point at Newport with a penalty that's just a disgraceful decision. So you have to break them down in isolation rather than look at totality. We didn't look at games when we win 5 and 6 in a row and say, that's great, we've got 15 points out of 15. It is great, but when you break them down in some of those games, we were fortunate, like Stockport, when we scored twice late to win. So it's more a concern that maybe we're missing some big players for us. We've missed a goalkeeper, we've missed a second goalkeeper, we've got right backs out, our central defenders out, our midfield player Easy just come back today on the bench. We've been missing big players for us. We're a score of 2021, but we've got to believe in the next 7 to 10 days they'll be back.
Well, I was just going to say, is there signs of them coming back?
Yeah, listen, I think Luther Wilden will be training midweek. We think TVC will be, if he doesn't make next Saturday, he'll certainly be fit for Wimbledon or Rochdale. So we've got big players that are due backwards, but that doesn't excuse the boys that's on the pitch today. But I don't think Dave would have any complaints if it's 1-1 at the end, given, it could be more by half time. They're dominant against us. I think for long spells, I'm watching us flash balls across, I put them crosses in, and them trying to match us up and them heading balls out. That's what I watched for a good half hour of the second half. But they're a good side. They break, they capitalised. We had a mistake from us in it, and it's 2-0. And we'll learn a lot from today. We'll learn a lot about individuals. I thought the goalkeeper, everything he did today was outstanding, apart from the last injury time when it's a poor kick from him. But I think everything he did was very good. And I thought young Reedy grew into the game as well. So, but we'll take the hot, we'll take the pain, and we'll go again on Monday.
And just looking at the table, you've still got 4 or 5 point cushion with games in hand as well. So it's not all doom and gloom.
Well, we got, if my calculations are right, we've got 16 games to go, haven't we? We need to win 50% of them, and 50% of them, we know what would happen. So that's going to be tough, but we do have 2 of the next 3 away from home, and that's where we're finding it a bigger problem. It's not the problem, but it's a bigger problem. And, we just need to work on something in midweek and get players a little bit sharper, hopefully get 1 or 2 more back, and then we'll be good to go. There's no crisis here. We've lost 4 games all season. 4 games and it's a crisis. So we just said to the players, let's not get carried away in any crisis. If we'd have sat in the opening day of the season, I think it was the 30th of July, it was the opening day of the season away at Tranmere, and we'd have said, when Tranmere come into town at the end of February, we'll be second to the table. I think we know what would have happened. And you know the interesting thing, it fixed today, brilliant result by Nigel up at Tranmere with Mansfield. Other than that, you look around, you expect Leyton Orient to win, but you look around and you see Bradford can't go and go over the line, Northampton can't go over the line. It's really, really tough. But Dave's got, we go back to today, he's got his side in real good form, but, you know, we're a really good side. It just didn't perform first half today. I've got no complaints with the second half at all, none. We were good in spells in the second half, but not so good in the first half.
Thanks, Steve.